Good morning, good morning. This is Miss JJ, Jacqueline Richardson, Jackie, Deja, whatever y'all call me. Today I am doing my podcast from my bedroom. It's a little moist outside from the rain yesterday, and that also affects my allergies. So I decided to stay in today and just try to do it from here. I still need to take my allergy medicine. Being inside hurts me. The dander, dust, stuff like that. So when I'm inside, I still have to take the allergy medication. I have all year round allergies, and it's just terrible, y'all. Well, today is Friday. The weather is not too bad out there. You're not going to get to see it today because I'm not going out there. Um, um, we are thankful for being awoke again another day. We got to thank God. But other than that, I hope everyone is doing well. And today I'm going to talk about branding. And when I speak of branding, meaning brands, Nike, Miss JJ, Diamond, the Diamond Way, Amazon, Frito-Lay, Kellogg's, stuff like that, and whatever brand you may represent. When you work for a company, and this is just something I want to throw out there because I've seen recently how people don't represent their brand outside of work. When you work for a company, and it was really, I don't know what word to use, guys, but when I seen this particular company employees not respect the brand the way they should, it kind of bothered me, because I come from a big company, y'all know I worked for Frito-Lay and I worked for Kellogg's, and we always represented our brand to the fullest, okay? And they always made sure we did, so we didn't have to seek other help to protect the brand, And I think I spoke about this in one of my other podcasts. Good morning. I think I spoke about this in one of my other podcasts where why is it so important to respect your brand? Anybody that signs a paycheck for you, that's your brand, okay? If you're able to eat, buy clothes, get a car, whatever the case may be, buy a house, that's your brand. And you are supposed to market that brand daily if you can, okay? Because the more customers or buyers they get, the more money you may get. Okay, so this is why you got to look at it as a positive and not a negative. A lot of people have this thing, shout out to Up North, and I'm constantly, going back to New York and the northern side of things when I talk about stuff, because the South got to come up to speed with a lot of things, some people are ashamed, to say where they work, and that's, we dealt with that 20 years ago, 30 years ago, okay? We don't do that no more. Now, where you work, you thankful to be working there and quick to show off that brand, okay? And that's just what it is, okay? But the people here in the South, they still are on those things from 20 years ago where, oh, I'm hiding where I work, or hiding who I work for. I'm used to pretty much uniform. Uniform, when I was coming back into the entertainment industry, and I was bringing that forth to people. Everybody's so used to, in the music industry, they got to have this flamboyant look, the glamorous look all the time, and you can have the glamorous look all the time. That's fine. But with people out here just as glamorous as you, who are you? And this is mainly for the entertainment industry, those that's in the entertainment industry, and that's into the retail industry. Now, it doesn't matter who you are if you look just like me. But if you have the brand on, then that makes a difference, because now you're different. Okay? I'm going to use Frito-Lay, for instance. We had so many different shirts. Matter of fact, I still got all my shirts, jackets from working for Frito-Lay, even when Kellogg's, okay? And when I first started with Kellogg's, I didn't have no Kellogg's clothing. And, they brand their people. They don't play that, okay? Excuse me, y'all. The same with Frito-Lay. They don't play that either. Okay? You will be branded when you walk out their door to do work for them. Believe it. Okay? And I loved it, because I didn't have to destroy my clothes or go out of my way to be flamboyant for my position. Okay? And still made good money. So it was like, I belong to this brand, That's just the bottom line, Anybody see me, like, matter of fact, in Baltimore, they used to call me the Frito girl, okay? Because I would never tell them my name. But they be like, the Frito girl's here, And, some of them knew my name, some of the managers and stuff like that. But, like, the employees or receiving would know my name. But when I came through the door, the first thing they would say is, there go the Frito girl. Okay? Not because they didn't know who I was by name, but it was always on my shirt or my jacket. So even if I stepped in the store for the first time, they knew that's the Frito girl or the Frito woman because it was on my shirt. You know what I mean? Everywhere I went, I would get off of work on Fridays. I think I told y'all about this. And I run up at Macy's. And they knew who I was. You know what I mean? They got to know my name eventually because, I had to swipe my card. And my name is on my card. But they knew the Frito girl was coming. But they didn't know who I was. But they knew I worked for Frito-Lay. Okay? And when I walked through the door with my Frito-Lay shirt, they will run to me, okay? So this is what I'm telling y'all about this branding. Sometimes you get a little power with the branding as well, okay? And respect, okay? So it pays to represent your brand. You know what I mean? I'm going to tell y'all about Macy's. I went to get some shoes, right? I used to go there and buy my shoes, my bags, majority of my stuff, my perfume, sometimes clothes, houseware stuff, and I'll never forget this day. They was like, sit down. I had 2 people working on me, okay? It was funny because they know I was carrying that Frito-Lay money, okay? So they was like, yeah, we got one, okay? They was like, next Friday, make sure you wear a red shirt so you can get, because we're doing the Heart Association. Anybody that has the Heart Association, have red on, gets 30% off. So that next Friday, I held off all week to wear my red shirt, okay, my red Frito-Lay shirt. So that Friday, I came in with my red Frito-Lay shirt, and they was ready for me. Running to me, hey, we got bags on sale, we got this on sale, and you going to get 30% off. Matter of fact, we going to give you 40% off, okay? So it comes with a little bit of power, people. And this is why they have these songs where I remember back in the day they would talk about what was the name of the song? The rap song. And he said, I think Biggie make that song. I don't know who made the song, but it talk about the UPS. Okay. And very rare you see a UPS worker walking out here in the streets here in Charlotte. I don't know where these people work. Okay? You go to New York, you're going to see a UPS driver, a post office worker in their work clothes, shopping, doing whatever they do. Okay? They're not embarrassed to say that they have a job. Okay? And a job with benefits. So it pays. You know what I'm saying? They talk about how, it's hard to talk to women and women don't respect them that much. Not here in Charlotte, just saying in general. Well, maybe if a woman knew that you had a job, she'd stop and talk to you. You know what I mean? Not only that, we're going back, and I just wanted to throw that out there, for some of you fellas out here that, y'all think y'all just got to have a nice car and a woman going to talk to you. You having a nice car tells me that you could be broke, okay, because you got to put gas in it. You got to pay a car note, okay. You got to live somewhere. So what type of work do you do? Okay, I want to know. Because I'm going to show you where I work, and I need you to match me, okay. So let me see where you work. And it also helps your brand, okay? Meaning your company, okay? So people remember, like matter of fact, I'm going to use this for instance. I seen a FedEx driver. I had stopped and talked to him. He was delivering something. And I was asking him about if they were hiring. So I was going to mail something off. Guess where I went? To FedEx, okay? So it helps people remember as well what y'all out here for. You know what I mean? So when y'all see me, like me personally, when y'all see me market my company, Ms. JJ Diamond, Ms. JJ Entertainment, Private Friend Incorporated, it's so y'all can remember who I am, where I'm going, and what I'm doing here. And you might want to join me, okay? When y'all see me like market Amazon, I work for Amazon. This is why I do that, okay? And eventually, hopefully, I'll become a real ambassador. They have ambassadors in their warehouse, but a real ambassador for Amazon. I got to teach them some things about the entertainment side of things. Right now they're just dealing with the retail side of things, and they got they got some things to learn. You know what I mean? However, that's what I'm here for, to teach them, of course, to get paid for it, not to just keep throwing out information for them, you know what I mean? We got to sit down at the round table and we can really brand you if you want to be branded, you know what I mean? Yeah, we know you got billions and billions of customers, but your brand is not standing out the way it should stand out. And it's because of your employees, okay? You have half of your employees doing what they should be doing, and then the other half are not. So it makes it difficult for a company to always stay relevant. You may stay active, but you're not going to always be relevant. Okay. And I'm going to use myself for instance. There was times that I didn't get on Instagram nor Facebook because I was in doing a project or whatever the case may be. And I would still make money from my music. Okay. People would still buy my music, listen to my music, but they wouldn't see nothing come down my streams. So that means that I'm active, but I'm not relevant. You understand what I'm saying? So it's a difference, excuse me. We have companies like Apple. Okay, I'm going to use them for instance. Apple is the biggest streaming service in the world. Okay, and a lot of the other companies are trying to get to where they're at. And they can't because Apple is always relevant. Okay? Even though y'all guys is active, you know what I mean? Y'all not relevant. So I try, being that I am under their brands, Okay, because I have music on Amazon. I have a book on Amazon. I have music on Tidal. I have music on Google Play. I have music all over the place. Okay, I try to keep them relevant, because I see all my sales coming from Apple because they're always relevant. You got to remember, they're not only a music streaming service, they're the number one company in the world when it comes to phones. I'm going to say electronics. You know what I mean? So people always want Apple, 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 Apple. Okay? But we wonder why. And the reason being is because they're always relevant. And they don't even have to get on social media. The people has done that for them. Okay? So you got to get it to the point where the people are an addict for you. They got to have you. You know what I mean? No matter what. And that's what Apple has done. Okay? I've been studying Apple for quite some time now. Because I couldn't understand how I'm getting all these sales with Apple. I'm numbers, y'all. Like I tell you, I worked for Frito-Lay. And they was all about the numbers. I had a quota to meet every week, and that quota was always big, big, big. And during Super Bowl, oh my God, they come at us and say, look, we need 3-5 million in 2 weeks. And we looking at them like, what? Really? And how we supposed to do that? But we do it. You know what I mean? We meet those quotas. So it sounds crazy sometimes. The numbers be big and you just be like, oh, no, it's not going to happen. But it happens. You know what I mean? When you get out there and you really see what's going on, you see it happens, But a lot of these companies need to get to where these guys are at, into the science of how they have things set up so they can be relevant, okay, and active, okay, both. I decided to be relevant and active now. I'm still selling music every single day. I sell music. Somebody out there is listening and buying my music. People out there, you know what I mean? So I'm thankful that my brand is still active and relevant. For my listeners, I got listeners in different countries. I got listeners in America. And when I get my reports every single day or every other day, they are keeping me active. Okay. And I said, okay, being that they're keeping me active, I'm going to keep myself relevant for them. Okay. So this is why we do these things. This is why you see people putting 1 million damn posts down Instagram, because they're trying to stay relevant. And there's some people that's relevant and they're not getting any sales because people have focused on them being, so relevant on social media. They don't need to listen to their music. They get to see who they are. So this is why we try not to give them too much. You know what I mean? So they won't be, well, I don't need to listen to your music because I see you on Instagram every day. 3, 4, 5 times a day. You're talking mess. You're doing this. You're showing us your clothes. You're talking about what you want to do next. And this is why, now that a lot of the entertainment industry is pretty much going back to the streets with their music. And the reason being is because of this COVID. And I feel sorry for a lot of them, and I tell y'all all the time, don't hesitate. Get a job. You know what I mean? Get a job so that way you can maintain until life gets back to normal. You know what I mean? Don't depend on, and see, this is where a lot of people mess up at. You always got to have a couple of ways to make money. You know what I mean? And that's just what it is. Like y'all see me talk about Instacart, okay? Instacart is my backup. That's my backup. When I need money, I know I can go to Instacart and get what I need, okay? And I protect their brand. I always try to make sure I stand right for their brand and I'm professional for their brand. So I can continue to go and make money for them when I need to. You know what I mean? Like they've been calling on me lately, and I'm like, I got other things to do right now. But I'm not going to forget y'all. I'm coming. You know what I mean? I had got a call from Publix a couple of weeks ago. I think they thought that I might have caught the corona or the COVID, and they ain't see me in about a week. And it was like, where is she? You know what I mean? So I got a call and, I had to show up. I didn't have to show up the next day, but I did show up just to give them that courtesy. I'm okay, y'all. I'm just, I'm doing other things. But I'm still with Publix. I'm still with Instacart. I'm here, y'all. Don't worry about it. Just like right now, I'm telling y'all about them right now. Okay, so I still love you guys, but I'm into other things right now, and I still love the brand. And I'm going to always be there to market the brand because y'all been good to me, and and y'all put money in my pocket. Y'all help me eat. Y'all help me buy clothes. Y'all help me feed my kids. Y'all help me buy stuff that I need, do my hair, whatever the case may be. So I'm going to always protect the brand. Okay. Now, this is one of the reasons why I'm trying to tell y'all this, because you never know when you're going to need this brand again. Okay. Same, I'm going to tell you about Kellogg's. When I first started at Kellogg's, I didn't have no Kellogg's clothes. None. Okay. And normally they give you shirts and jackets. Once in a while, I used to get a hat from Frito, but it was mainly like shirts and jackets, hoodies, and that's who we walked around. We walked around with our Frito clothes, and then we go home later on and change into our other stuff, However, people knew who we were, because they saw the face so much with those Frito clothes. So when they see us out, like, okay, I'm going to use my postal man. I'm going to use him for instance. We always see him at Walmart in his postal clothes, okay? So one day I seen him. I didn't know my postal guy had, my mailman had a brother, okay? So we ran up on this guy and we like, hey, how you doing? You ain't in your clothes today. He looking at us like we're crazy, like, who the hell is these people? And we like, your post office closed. But he worked for the post office too. So he was like, oh, yeah. So then, but it wasn't him. He still was looking at us like, who is these ladies? Well, not ladies, because I was with Egypt. And we talking to him and everything. And he talking back, though. And he's like, so then, come to find out, when our postal man came, he was like, yeah, you got a pretty daughter, because he had a daughter or whatever. He said, oh, I ain't got no kids. So we were like, what? He said, you must have seen my brother. So we was cracking up. And I was like, yeah, we so used to seeing you in your postal clothes. And when we seen him, we thought it was you. But you see how the post office represented him. It was him. We knew that's our postal guy. You know what I mean? So he represents his brand because we used to seeing him in the Walmart picking up something after work. So our theory is, when we think about it, we say, oh, that's the postal guy. That's the Walmart girl, or that's the Food Lion lady, or this is how we identify people, because they represent the brand, especially when they represent the brand good. Okay. We don't always have to know your name. We don't always have to know your life or whatever the case may be, as long as we know you represent that brand, and that's going to always be in customers' heads. Okay. I like so-and-so, I'm a shop with this brand this time, So these are things that people need to think about when they're out getting jobs. Protect your brand, represent your brand. Going back to the music industry, with the brand, I told a couple of my friends in the music industry, like, being that we're going back to the streets, you're going to have to say who you are, because the average person will look at you and still won't know who you are. And they don't understand what I mean, because when there's certain places, people are running after them. But if I take you to one area, they won't even know who you are. So represent your brand. I've learned that not only from retail companies, I learned it from some of the people in the entertainment business. Like, shout out to Yo Gotti. When I met Yo Gotti, he had on his brand jackets. All his people had on brand jackets. They were uniformed. Okay, and I respected it. And that's one of the reasons why I respect Yo Gotti so much, because he was well put together, and I seen that. And I said, okay, well, we're building a label, so we got to be well put together, just like in a retail company. It all comes together, people, because in music, you're still selling yourself, okay? You are the brand, so you have to sell yourself. If I seen someone like, I'm going to say, Nicki Minaj walk down the street right now, I wouldn't know who she was. Okay? Because I've never physically met her to have that aura of knowing her. You know what I mean? Knowing her walk, knowing the way she moves. So I wouldn't even know who she is, because you got 50 million girls walking around looking just like her. Which can be a good thing. But then it's also a bad thing. Okay? So we got to stop being so fearful of protecting our brand. And this is why a lot of the people in the industry, they die in the industry, because they don't protect their brand. I personally have always been one to protect my brand, since young. Hold on, y'all. Oh, you got it. Who? Who is it? Oh. Oh, the screen door was locked.
Yeah, lock the screen door.
Oh, okay. Sorry, y'all. Sorry about all that noise and knocking on the door. The screen door was locked, so couldn't get in. But anyway, yeah. So that's what protecting your brand is about. And it also helps you too. When a company sees that you're protecting your brand and you're helping your brand, it can help you be looked at more for them to give you a better position, because they know you're going to protect the brand. You're for the brand. So when you sign your name on these applications and say, this is the brand I want to work for. And this is why, too, they ask you, why do you want to work for this particular company? That's what they mean. Tell me, what is it about our company that you want to work for us? This is why they ask that. In interviews, they ask it on your application. Are you here just to get a paycheck, or are you here to help us build? And that's what brands look at. Y'all, I gotta eat. My belly is hungry. I hope y'all didn't hear that. I gotta go eat. But yeah, this is why. There's so many brands out here. And we have to protect that brand. We have to. If we're going to be working for a brand, we have to help protect that brand, because we want that brand to stay alive, and that's just what it is. Y'all see what happened in Toys R Us, my favorite store. Okay, people stopped buying toys from Toys R Us. They was running over to Walmart. Pissed me off. Okay, I love Toys R Us. I love to go in there and see all the toys, even though I'm not a child anymore. But I love the way they had it set up, catered to the children. How you can go in each section and they have the toys set up where you can physically look at them. What they do, they closed it down because everybody was running to Walmart. Nobody protected the brand. Nobody helped the brand. Okay? And this is why we have to keep the brands active, especially if you work for them. Hey, hola. How are you? Saying hi to my friends in Dominican Republic. I miss them so much. We all used to live in Harlem together, and I grew up with these people, whether it was every day I seen them or some days I wouldn't see them because I'd be in the Bronx. But, I'd be missing them because when you're used to getting up every day and seeing the same people, and this is another thing, like I brand Bronx, okay? People say, well, where are you from? Are you from the Bronx or Harlem? Okay, I represent both because I am from the Bronx and Harlem. And those are brands as well. And this is why we represent them. This is where I'm from. This is what I did when I was there. We keep it alive. I'm going to always keep the Bronx, Harlem alive. I'm going to always keep my friends that I grew up with and was chilling with every single day. I'm going to keep them alive. And hey, what's up? Hi. I'm not going to not acknowledge them. You know what I mean? Because I saw this person every single day of my life, and that's just what it's about. Us keeping people alive, keeping brands alive, keeping ourselves alive, because you have a name. Just like when I have a song that should be dropping soon, and I talk about my family name. I have to keep my family name alive. That brand. I have to keep it alive. And there's other people that I don't even know that carry the same last name, but I still have to keep it alive because I represent those people. I represent the Dowdy family and the Rodriguez family. I represent them. It's all the same family as my generations, so I have no other choice but to represent them because those are the people that I came from. Those are the people that gave me the knowledge to be who I am today. So even with your family, these are the people that you represent. So when you go out here, you don't want to be acting foolish and acting crazy, and you are representing a name. It's sorry that the world is built upon this, but this is what it is. So if somebody see you, I'm going to use Egypt for instance. Somebody see Egypt out. Sun is coming out pretty today. If somebody see Egypt out and she's doing something crazy, the first thing they're going to say is, that's Miss JJ Diamond's daughter. Or that's Jackie's daughter. And then people are going to look at me. You know what I mean? So that's another thing I want to talk about. The way we act when we are at work or outside of work and we're branded. Okay? We have to be professional. I've learned people say, oh, I'm too, they say I'm stuck up. And what's the other word they use? I forget the other word they use. What? Oh, here you go. They say I'm too bougie. Okay? And yeah, and that's the word they use. They call me here in Charlotte. Okay? Here come Miss Bougie. And it's not that I'm bougie, y'all. Y'all know I'm not bougie. They just crazy, okay? I'm professional, okay? And being that I had to, and I'm gonna go back again to Frito-Lay, and I talk about them a lot because they are the ones who trained me to be this way, okay? Even though I had great customer service in the past, I had excellent work skills, and the way I dealt with people. They train me how to be professional at all times because you never know who's watching. Okay? And I've learned that to be true. You just never know who's watching. So a person can look just like you, can have on, and I think I told you about this, about my boss that owned the trash company. Okay? And I ain't know this man owned no trash company. He had on dirty sneakers, was driving a bike, had on a t-shirt and some jeans. And he was the one that physically owned the whole company. Okay? So you never know who's watching. Until somebody point out and say, that's the owner. Because that's what most people do. They wait until the big guys is around. And then that's when they want to act right. But if you act right all the time, and I think I talk about this a lot this week. If you're ready, you don't have to get ready. I talk about that a lot. So if you always act in this prestigious manner, you don't have to put an act on, because now it's going to become repetitious, and I talk about that as well. This is who you're going to become. This is who you're going to, you're designing yourself to be. I had told somebody, they was like, well, who are you? One of these big celebrities in the same business. Who are you? I really want to know who you are today. And how do you look at yourself? And I told them, I'm not perfect, but damn near close. And not to pat myself on the back, but this is who Frito-Lay designed me to be. And when they did this, it stuck. I have to be professional every single day. Every single day, I have to be. I had to step down to come into the music industry because they don't like too perfect or too professional. So I had to act out a little bit and flip out a little bit on the Facebook or Instagram. And I apologize to my retail family for that act up. But in order for me to come up in the music industry, I needed to have some type of drama to come up in the music industry. And that's one of the reasons why I was able to sell 500,000 copies. So, plus. So this is why. However, it's built a little bit different on that side. And I'll tell y'all all about that one day. But I had to go back to who I was. I felt uncomfortable doing that because I was no longer that person, where we act up or drama. When I was a kid, yeah, you do that type of stuff. But when you get older, it's like, oh no, this is not for me. I'm a professional now. I'm not, you don't want people calling you bougie, but I don't see the bougie. But, I see professional, because you never know who's watching. It could be that one person watching that you really, really need. And because you do something wrong, they turn their head, So I always try to be cordial, watch what I say, do a lot of paying attention instead of talking, And those are the type of people that these companies, big companies, like to choose because they know that you're paying attention, For the companies that try to fall into that drama thing with the music industry, they learn that they don't get the sales. You can't mix the two. And I tried to show them that, and then they're seeing it. One of the companies, I'm not gonna mention the name, but they're seeing it. Just because the music industry like it, don't mean they're gonna like it on the retail side. So this is where the professionalism comes in at again. And when you're looking to mix the two, you got to find the professionalism in order to get done what you really need to get done. So it's a lot with that as well. But both industries is about selling. However, it's different type of customers you're selling to. So you got to look at your customers as well. But y'all blame it all on Frito-Lay. Don't get mad with them because I act this way, because I'm thankful to be this way. I'm happy about being this way, because people stop and talk to me. People respect me. People give me a chance because of who I am, So I say that to say I'm happy with who I am. For those that, she's got to be sad because she doesn't do this anymore. She doesn't do that anymore. She doesn't. Because I am a professional woman. So being a professional woman, you can't take that back. Once you've been one, you can't take that back. It doesn't change. Okay, so I'm going to continue to be who I am. And people have to understand that. It's not going to change. Y'all listen to the book. I didn't put it on audio yet. I'm going to do that. people keep asking me to do that, and I'm going to do it eventually. It's just I don't have the time, y'all. I got so much things going on with the Diamond Way, me working, trying to take care home. I got some projects that I'm working on with Egypt that will come to play soon. So it's a lot of things going on in my life right now. So, excuse me, it's a little hard for me to do the audio, but I'm going to get to it. I'm going to get to it though. Okay. And I'm getting ready to start writing another book. It has nothing to do with that boxer, even though that's a series. But I'm about to start writing another book. So that's another project I'm about to work on. I'll get to it. That's all I can say. People want to hear your voice, and I keep trying to tell them, you can hear my voice on the music. Listen to the music, you can hear my voice. Why do I have to put it in the book? But that boxer, y'all make sure y'all get that, because then y'all can learn about a portion of my life, and how I became this career woman and how it was different for me. You know what I mean? How I thought differently. For those that knew me in the Bronx, it's real important for y'all to read these books so y'all can see the transformation in my life. This next book is not going to be about me. It's actually, I'm writing, it's going to be, it's not about me. It's going to be a story. It's a true story, but it's about somebody else's life. Okay. And I'm going to actually put it into book form. Okay. But going back to myself, y'all will understand my transformation, of me becoming this person that I am today. A lot of people just don't get it, why I'm this person. I'm so disciplined. I work a job, I want to go home and go to bed so I can get the proper sleep to go to work the next day, so I can do a fabulous job for the company, and I act a certain way. I do things a certain way. And this is why. Because when you come from being, say, a home health aide and a CNA, even driving a school bus, you got to be professional. And I was very professional driving a school bus. But when you come from that lifestyle to having to deal with corporate people on a daily basis, your attitude must be a certain way, and you have to, they don't care about how you look, if you're fat, skinny, black, white. The attitude has to be correct, because you're talking to people that could be making millions and millions of dollars. You don't know who you're going to be talking to this particular day. I used to go to work, and this is with Kellogg's and Frito-Lay. I would go to work, and they'll say, they here. And I'm like, corporate? They're like, yeah. So now corporate is here, so we have to change our, we got to make sure, they'll be running through the store. Corporate here, okay, I don't get nervous, and I tell people all the time, I don't get nervous. I just act like, who I am. I continue to keep doing my work. And when corporate comes down, they have this thing where they want to just go and talk to the regular people, okay, that's working either for the company or for the brand. And why do I always get picked, okay? Because I'm minding my business. And here they come. Hey, so how's your day today? Fine, and you? Now they want to have a whole conversation about the weather. Okay, you say to yourself, why? Why me? But this is what they do, just to see the professionalism in the people that's working for their brand. Okay? And then they go, when they about to, well, what's your name? Jacqueline Richardson. Oh, okay. Nice meeting you, and shake my hand and walk off, And I would laugh like, I just shake my head. Same thing with when I had my Snyder's route. I had to deal more with the upper heads than I did when I was with Frito. Because Frito had people in line to do that. Sometimes my boss wouldn't do it. My supervisor wouldn't do it. So I had to do it. So I got the experience. So when I did get the Snyder's route, I was able to go and deal with